Again, that's the reading of a House major piece of legislation they're considering and voting as soon as today that would take away normal trade ties with Russia. In fact, more than normal. It is among a select few that have the title of most favored nation when it comes to trade status. In other words, they can move to the front of the line on trade regulations and the like. If this passes the House, and it's expected to, and moves on to the Senate and gets similar approval, it would allow for even steeper tariff penalties and the rest on a country that is already now the most sanctioned on earth, and for good reason. Would Cynthia Lummis, the Wyoming Republican senator, support such a move? She's kind enough to join us now. Senator, I'm hitting you broadside with this, and I apologize for that, but what do you think of that? Would you support such legislation?
Absolutely. I do support that legislation. We have to take every means possible to limit our trade with Russia and close ranks in Europe and the United States to make sure that their opportunities to trade are very limited and put the squeeze on Russia for this aggression.
All right, now, oil prices, of course, have been the big bugaboo. They're back over $100 a barrel. I'm sure you watch this closely. North Dakota, of course, Wyoming, some very important energy states. But I'm curious what you make of Elizabeth Warren now targeting oil companies for these spiking prices.
Well, the companies don't set those prices. Only about 5% of refiners own gas stations. It is the individual gas stations that set their prices. It has generally been true that when there's an incident, a crisis, such as the Ukraine situation, gas prices go up very quickly, they spike quickly, and it takes a long time for them to come back down because these gas stations are trying to figure out how much gas is going to cost them in the future. They don't want to lock in prices now that is below their ability to sell later. Or above their ability to sell later.
No, I understand what you're saying. Are you for, because even some of your Democratic colleagues have expressed support for this, dropping for a period of time the federal gas tax?
No, that is a short-term fix that will have very little impact on overall gas prices. What we need to be doing is re-engage in permitting on federal lands. We need to permit the LNG terminals that are headed for Europe. There are 4 of them. Apparently, just in the last 24 hours, 2 of them were permitted. There was tremendous foot dragging about that. We need to make sure we have more natural gas pipelines being permitted so we can get the gas around our country. We need to make sure that there are more outlets for our natural gas, including Rocky Mountain natural gas that can go to Asia. There are so many constraints on our ability to get our very abundant, very clean natural gas, not only around the world, but around our own nation.
All right, Senator, we'll watch it closely. Senator Cynthia Lummis from Wyoming, following those.